Hello, welcome. You have found a video that probably not many people will. This is my first YouTube video, assuming I made it this far and I actually posted it. My name is Chris, and I just got into physical media roughly 6 months ago, and I love watching physical media YouTubers. And about 7 months ago, I wouldn't have known that physical media YouTubers were a thing. But in the past 6 months, I've learned a lot. I'm no expert, but you basically can join me as I figure out how to be a YouTuber, number one, and number two, as I learn about the physical media space and collecting Blu-rays and 4Ks, DVDs, etc. So if that sounds interesting to watch me stumble my way into joining the physical media YouTube space, then click subscribe. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Click subscribe. So with that being said, one of the things I've learned in the past 6 months is that there are some predictable sales that happen seemingly every year around the same time. One just ended. It was the Criterion 50% off sale at Barnes & Noble, and one just started. The Arrow Video 50% off at Barnes & Noble, and that's what this video is. So assuming I didn't chicken out and I actually recorded inside Barnes & Noble, that'll be the next thing you see. If I did chicken out, then you'll see me in my car talking about what I bought. If I bought anything. Honestly, I have no idea. Let's go. Okay, we're entering Barnes & Noble. This is their Arrow 50% off display here. And starting off, we have Mortal Kombat Collection, the Blu-ray box set. And I have nostalgia for these. I'll probably own them at some point. Will it be today? I don't... What? This is a Scream Factory movie. It's in the wrong spot, but it is 50% off according to that sticker, so. Innerspace, I had never heard of. I've never seen, but the people I watch on YouTube all said they grew up with it. So I watched the trailer. I like Martin Short, so I think I might pick it up at some point. Maybe even today. Snakes on a Plane. My girlfriend thinks it's crazy. I haven't seen this, so that's the 4K. There's the Blu-ray. So another movie we will definitely own at some point. Down here, what? We got Friday the 13th, and wait, the stuff. I don't know what the stuff is, but I'm interested in the stuff. Friday the 13th, this is the 4K, the reboots. And then they also have the 4K of Jason X. I own all the Friday the 13th movies in the Scream Factory box set, but maybe I'll get the 4Ks at some point to add to them if people say the transfers and special features are worth it. Westworld, never seen it. This is the original. I think I saw the first season of the HBO show. Yeah, this is the Blu-ray, and it's ripped. But the box seems like it's okay, so that's good. And moving down here, we have Torso. Never seen it, but there's the 4K for the Torso fans. We have Under Siege. I haven't seen this in years. We got a 4K and a Blu-ray. Have not seen that in a long time. The Cell was a weird movie, if I recall. Cheap Thrills. No one talks about Cheap Thrills that I've seen, really. But I saw this about 10 years ago, and it was a wild ride. And I might get it. Don't Torture Duckling. Okay. This is, I don't know if this is all the movies they have, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, and as I say that, if you look over here under these 50% off cult classics, which looks like just like kind of random Blu-rays for half off, underneath we have more Arrow. Look at that. Glad I looked over. All right, so we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4K box set, which has all 3 movies in it. I do own this. Grew up on these movies. Had to buy it. Already got it. And then we have Wild Style, a movie I do not know. But what I do know is this plastic is looking wild right now. It is beat up, but the box looks all right. So if someone's looking for a Wild Style 4K, they might still grab it. Oh, and we have the 4K version of the Mortal Kombat collection. Like I said, I have nostalgia for these movies. I saw them in theaters growing up. I played the video games, so definitely going to pick this up at some point. Don't know if it'll be today, but I will own it someday. Westworld. Again, haven't seen it. This is the 4K, and the plastic is intact, so 4K Westworld fans, come get it. And then Creepshow 2. I've never seen any Creepshow, but the vibe seems cool, so maybe someday. All right, well, I'm glad I saw this little extra Arrow section, and it wasn't just the little display. My Barnes & Noble has this big wall of Blu-rays and DVDs and TV series, but if you look down here, I found more Arrow videos. You got Hellbender, so if you were a Hellbender fan, you might have missed it if you didn't come back here. Or if you were a Marlowe fan, they got the Blu-ray with Slip right here. So I don't know what either of those are, but someone does, and they would have missed it if they didn't look. Desperado. This is a movie I have seen, 4K. Antonio Banderas. I call him Anthony. Black Hat, I haven't seen this movie with Thor, but it's 4K. It's here if you need it. Man from U.N.C.L.E. Oh, we got the Blu-ray with Slip, but next to it was the 4K without slip. So then we have the movie The Woman, which I haven't heard of, but it's a cool cover. And I like the just simple name, all right? It's The Woman. So there's that. And then we have the musical biopic of the band Incubus, where William Shatner plays all the members. It's about how they wrote that song Drive. I heard it's beautiful. And if you actually look up the top here, well, there's more, like Inglourious Bastards. Now this is the Blu-ray, and I will 100% own this movie at some point, but I'll get the 4K, so I'm not going to pick up this Blu-ray today. Spawn, fun fact, this is the first DVD I ever saw was the movie Spawn. And I'd like to own it. I have fun memories of it, but this is the Blu-ray. They also, oh, you know what? They also have the 4K here, available with slip. So I'll pick it up at some point, maybe today, maybe not. What else do we have here? Oh, we have The Visitor, which I had not heard of, but I'll tell you, this is intriguing looking. You got a big eye, and lightning bolt, claw hands, and blood. It's cool. Oh, another Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell, 4K. Maybe I should put this up front with the other ones for someone looking for them. And then we have The Birthday with Corey Feldman. Haven't seen it, but who doesn't like a good Corey Feldman movie? Oh, and coming up is the first Arrow video I ever bought like 6 months ago. 4K of Elvira. I actually had the Steelbook Blu-ray too from them. And Steppenwolf. Again, never heard of this, but I love the cover art. It's very cool. His glasses are cool. What else do we have? This is the last row of Arrow videos here. We have Carlito's Way. Great movie. 4K. No slip. Don't know if it ever had one. Not a big deal, but it's Carlito's Way. Alice, Sweet Alice. Love the vintage painted slasher. This is the 4K. This definitely piques my interest. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, which I think is the prequel to the reboot. I have seen the reboot, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel. I actually am kind of looking for that, but maybe I'll get the beginning at some point. Not today, but at some point. I wish they had the original reboot, but wait, you know what? I actually think this might be, the images look very similar, but I think this is, yep, this is not the beginning. This is the reboot that I was looking for. Let's put that aside. It was hiding. It didn't want to be found. Stay. And I'll show a few more movies. We have Red Planet. I think this just came out recently. This is the 4K with slip of Red Planet. And then Soldier with Kurt Russell. Haven't seen this in a while. It's the 4K slip of that. And last one I'll show is Weird Science 4K. I probably will buy this at some point too. I heard the Blu-ray is actually a better transfer, but I gotta look more into that before I decide which one I'll get of Weird Science. And I think that'll do it for all the Arrow videos that are in my local Barnes & Noble. Good selection. I'm glad I kept looking around. And let's go back to the car and see what I got. All right, so I just spent 30 seconds looking for my phone. My phone is right there. This is something you gotta get used to if you're gonna start doing YouTube videos, you know? And as a professional who's been doing it for less than 24 hours, I think I'm qualified to tell you those things. I also have to turn off alerts on my phone so I don't see pop-ups. There's a lot of things that by being this early, you can see the journey. One day maybe I'll be the Martin Scorsese or the Christopher Nolan or the Steven Spielberg of shooting videos in your car. That's not today. So, hey, notification, go away. Anyway, I just came out of Barnes & Noble. The first thing I got, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I was talking to my girlfriend. I was bringing up this sale, and she's like, oh, what does Arrow have? And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this is the remake, came up. And she was like, oh, I really like that. That's the one with Jessica Biel and stuff. I'm like, yeah. So, kept that in my noggin. And I couldn't think of the word. And as you saw earlier, it was The Beginning, which I haven't seen and she hasn't seen, and maybe I'll pick up in the next sale if people say it's good. If you're in the small demographic that found my video, want to comment, and have seen Texas Chainsaw The Beginning, bonus if it's the Arrow version, and you think it's good or bad, let me know in the comments. But yeah, they had 3 copies of The Beginning, which is cool, and then I just happened to look behind that, and this cover art looks very similar. So I had to look at it a few times before I was like, does it say the beginning? And it's just, I can't see it. No, it doesn't. It's the original remake from 2003. So I'm excited. I haven't seen this since 2003, so I'm excited to revisit it. Not the same movie at all, but we just rewatched House of Wax. I got the Scream Factory edition. My girlfriend, maybe, I don't think she'd seen it, but it was great revisiting like a 2000s horror, and so that'll be fun. The next one I picked up was Cheap Thrills, which I never hear anyone talk about when they talk about Arrow. I guess it's a small title. It wasn't a big hit. It's crazy. It is a crazy movie. If you don't know the premise of this movie, Pat Healy is, from what I remember, he has a wife and a baby, and he's just kind of like going through it right now. Bills, job issues. He goes to a strip club. That was strange, wasn't it? Again, because you found me early, you get to see all the trials and tribulations of someone learning how to do this. My phone just randomly shut off saying, way too hot to continue recording, so get me out of the sun. So I said, okay. So I moved the car, found a place with some shade. Back to what I was saying. He is kind of down on his luck financially, just, you know, life gets tough. And he's at a strip club. He bumps into Ethan Embry, who he went to, I think, high school with. Not to give any of the movie away. They bump into Dave Koechner and Sarah Paxton, who are together. And he dares them, like, do this thing and I'll give you $20. And what starts as small, typical bets, by the end of the movie gets crazy and the money goes up. And how crazy the dares are goes through the roof also. Gets wild. It's not for the faint of heart from what I remember, but my girlfriend hadn't seen it and I described that to her and she goes, oh, that sounds really interesting. I think I'd like that, so picked this one up. And it's a Blu-ray, so it was $20. Slipcover Blu-ray, if you're into that kind of thing. And the last one, I was between two different things. I was between the Mortal Kombat collection with Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 box set and this, which is a chunky box of Innerspace, starring Martin Short and Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan, which neither myself or my girlfriend have seen. But we love Martin Short. We like movies of this, like kind of what movies we should have saw growing up. And I just feel like this is going to be a great discovery for her and I. It's the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray limited edition right there. I'm sure I'll get Mortal Kombat eventually. I don't necessarily know if we'll love this, but I just have a feeling. And the other reason I picked this up over Mortal Kombat is because of what else I bought. Because I think it's going to be, you know, funny from the cast and have that nostalgia, heartwarming kind of vibe to it. Family, fun, adventure film. And I thought that sounds like a good antidote to these two movies. Heartwarming, not so much. This, definitely not. Innerspace 4K, Cheap Thrills Blu-ray, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Remake 4K, 2 slipcovers, and a chunky box from Arrow Video. Whoop. Well, that'll wrap up the video. Hopefully I have enough usable footage to put this on YouTube. And if you want to follow me, do it. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification because you don't want to miss the early videos of me figuring out how to shoot these. Being embarrassed in Barnes & Noble to hold the phone and sneaking it. I think my hands were shaking at some point. Having my phone overheat because dummy me helped put it in the direct sunlight to shoot a video. And also, what I didn't say is when I had to move my car, she's gone, but there was somebody, not this car, but the one over, sitting in there, and I was like, do I move? She's gonna see me. Follow along as I hopefully overcome my fear of, I don't know what my fear is, really. Let's unpack that. Hopefully you're entertained. All right, well, okay, that'll do it. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I'll figure out how to end videos. It's a learning process.